What's up, YouTube? Capital G here. We got top four. Once again, looks like, let me turn this down for a second. Looks like Japan is too strong. These guys, man, they're just running circles around us. And it looks like it may be Blue Eyes versus Majespecters. Himaya versus, I gotta wait for his name to pop up. I see at least one Japanese flag, and I'm not trying to be racist, but Himaya might be a Japanese name as well. So, yeah, definitely one competitor from Japan, and I see a Majespecter Fox, and I see a Blue Eyes in the hand. So this is Blue Eyes versus Majespecters. I think I like Majespecters in this matchup, to be honest. Yeah, this is a Japanese mirror match. I see the Japanese flag on both players' hands. Shunsuke Himaya versus Soichiro Kajihara. So we'll just go Himaya and Kajihara. Makes it a little easier. Okay, so I believe there was a normal summon of Bambaku, and then he activated Pegasus, and I believe that got Fox out from the deck. Maxi was chained, so he'll draw one card. And this is actually a very strong opening, because if he does P-summon, if he pendulum summons, he gets another draw, so he gets pluses off of his max. The problem is when Majespecters go ham, dude, they get so much protection. You need like Heavy Storm or something to get rid of the field. All right, so he gets Majespecter Tempest. I still don't agree with that card being a common. It should have been an ultra in my opinion. But I guess technically Majespecters had two ultras in the set. They had Tornado and they had Bamaku. So maybe they should have been supers. I think Corinne should have been a super. Honestly, so much of the damn. Like, they could have made Corinne a super, they could have made Fox a super, and they could have made like Tempest a super, but it's like whatever. Rares don't even matter anymore in Yu-Gi-Oh! It's just like, if it ain't hollow, fuck it. Alright, he plays Corinne, and then he plays Crow. I think Corinne's the 2, and Crow's the 5. And he's going to, holy moly, Pendulum summons 3 cards. He gets another draw. Alright, so he'll get a search for a set card, and yeah, I don't think Blue Eyes is beating this. He gets a Tornado, gets Tornado sets, and he obviously already has Tempest, and then in addition to that, he'll just be able to search another card during the end phase because of Cat. Like, usually you need Twin Twisters or you can't beat these fields. Like, you have to go Twin Twister, you have to crack the back row, and then you have to, like, be able to mount them and crack their scales. If you can do all of that in one turn, you can win. But if you can't do all that in one turn, Majespecters will win most of the time. Unless you're playing Cosmo, which you don't give a fuck. Cosmo, like, don't care about Tornado, or they care about Tempest a little bit, but that's pretty much it. Like, Dark Destroyer would just go bing, 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 bing. I'll kill every monster on your field, and you can't target me just like I can't target you. But he's not playing Cosmo because they're not legal. He has Trade-In, he has Melody of the Awakening Dragon, Blue Eyes. I mean, maybe he can draw Twin Twisters. If I was playing Blue Eyes, I'd be running 3 Twin Twisters, because he might be able to draw them. So you just look at Majespecters, and let's count. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. He's got a lot of cards. So we got 5 on the front, 4 in the back. So that's 9 cards. He basically opened with 10. He basically started with 5 cards, and he was able, by my count, to get 10 if he has 1 in hand. Yeah, 4 monsters, 1 field spell, 2 pendulum zones, 2 back row. That's 9. And then he has 1 card in hand, I think. 1 or 2. He got Soul Charge. He could make a really strong Soul Charge board, because he has Melody of the Awakening Dragon, he has Card of Consonance, and he has Trade-In, so he could, like, blow through his deck if he's able to get a Little Dragon too. The problem is still going to be getting rid of those scales, and the back row, actually getting rid of the scales is the bigger issue now. Not even getting rid of the back row. It might be okay to throw some stuff at the back row, but you got to get rid of the scales. Both of them, actually. Otherwise, though, he'll just search more scales. Now, he did get a +1 from, what's it called? You got a +1 from Regeki. Alright, what's he going to do here? Sends the Spirit Dragon to the grave. And is that it? Thought maybe he might send a normal to the grave first, but obviously does not. Alright, sends the White Stone to the grave. Okay. No normal sense. Okay, whatever. Maybe he might want to send like a Blue Eyes to the graveyard, or maybe that would be the play, but okay. I mean, you'd have to think he's going to Soul Charge for 5. Yeah, you'd have to think that he wants to Soul Charge for 5 here. I'm trying to think. Does he? I think Heliopolis doesn't target, right? Yeah, I feel like Heliopolis doesn't target. He could make a big Heliopolis field and then Soul Charge everything back. That'd be really clutch. But I really think he's trying to dig for a Twin Twister. All right, Japanese players. See, it's kind of crazy because I don't really think you don't really see pure Majespecters played in Japan. They almost always use the Metaphose version, but obviously no Metaphose legal because no Dark Illusion. All right, there's Melody of the Awakening Dragon. Gets himself Alternative Dragon and Blue Eyes White Dragon. Now, I saw another Maxi. He definitely doesn't want to draw that. It's a dead card. He's already, like, Soichiro already got all his mass. Like, he already got his mass pendulum summon. He doesn't need the what's it called anymore. He does not need to, he doesn't need the special anymore. It's like no point. What he really needs, he needs to just dig for that Twin Twister, maybe crack either the back row or crack the scales, and then just try and get rid of some of those monsters by battle. Or I don't know, man. It's really difficult. All right, goes for Alternative Dragon. Problem is he can't pop anything. When you can't target anything, it's just such a problem. All right, trade in on the Blue Eyes. Gets him a Phoenix from Wind Blast and a Master. Okay. Don't know how good Master is going to be. Maybe you might want to summon it and Synchro summon. That could, I believe Master has to be a tuner because it's like Sage. Yeah, it's the same dude, isn't it? It's just like an older version of him. It has to be. Looks like he's going to activate Return, maybe. He has it in his hand. He really wants to, I know he wants to use that card of Consonance, but he hasn't drawn when he needs to. Ah, there's white. There's Spirit Dragon. Spirit Dragon can threaten those pendulum scales. Maybe he might want to try and go ahead and pop something, which might force out the, that could definitely force out the Tempest. He's targeting the back row. If that's Tornado, that is really big. That would definitely set him back because he would chain Tornado. And he would definitely, what's it called? It is Tempest, and he forces the Tempest out. That is huge. Because he's going to have to chain he's going to chain Tempest or he's going to lose it. So at this point, it's in your better interest to just take down a monster with you. So he chains it and he gets rid of Raccoon. He is chaining it. Play will go to Shunsuke to see, but obviously he doesn't have any spell speed 3s on the field that can chain to that. So I believe that the Spirit Dragon will simply die. But it's pretty big because he now knows. Oh, excuse me. He's able to avoid the effect. Okay. All right. Huh.
That'll get him. That's Constance.
Okay. He's able to avoid the destruction with Return. Interesting. All right. Normal summons a copy of Master, then activates card of Consonance. Okay. You know what? I think he can actually crack this board. He gets Effect Veil that's dead against this deck. And I think that Seiji just added. Ah, man, what Black Rose Dragon could do here. If his monsters were only, if his Blue Eyes were just not 8s, if they were only like 6s, what a Black Rose could do here. Couldn't get rid of the monsters, but it would just get rid of the field spell. It would get rid of the pendulum scales, which is much bigger than, it's a much bigger issue, honestly. All right, so he avoids the destruction. That was pretty big. I don't know why I didn't realize that he could avoid the destruction. Okay, fair enough. He has Phoenix Wind Blast, which might have to be used on a pendulum scale. Because you're not going to use it on any other monsters. They can't be targeted. He's going to Exceed here. I don't think he wants to attack. I think he wants to use Soul Charge. Yeah, I think he wants to use Soul Charge. He might go for Heliopolis to just bait out the Tornado. Because Heliopolis can launch monsters and just blow up pendulum scales. And if you're Soichiro, your #1 goal is to keep your damn pendulum scales protected. So that you can, and he goes for Heliopolis. I think he's going to force out the Tornado. You have to Tornado this. Because if you don't, he could literally just nuke he can nuke your field spell and he can nuke your pendulum scales. And if Majespecters can't pendulum summon, the deck is very mediocre. Even all of this advantage he made turn 1, having 10 cards, like the monsters don't matter. Because you can just run those over with Blue Eyes cards. And once they're dead, they're dead. And he won't be able to pendulum summon back because when he plays the pendulum scale, it just gets like Phoenix from Wind Blasted. Man, Return of the Dragon Lord is just such a good card. What's going to be the play here? I think you have to just Tornado. As much as you don't want to, I think you just have to Tornado, man. Otherwise, you're going to lose all your scales. He's going to start throwing things at your scales and your field spell as well. And he's going to leave you with a bunch of monsters that don't do anything. And I think he's going to Tornado the cat off the field. And he's going to say, Heliopolis, I can't deal with you. All right, he leaves the cat and he gets rid of... All right, he's leaving the cat on board. He's actually going to get rid of Fox. Okay. Yeah, this is the right play. You don't want Heliopolis, because Heliopolis doesn't target. But I don't think you're going to get rid of the monsters. All right, so goodbye Heliopolis. Now, here's where I think the Soul Charge is going to come into play. I think he's going to just try and Soul Charge everything, like 4 cards, potentially. And there's the Soul Charge, and you bring back Ka Dragon, or White Spirit Dragon. Alternative Dragon, and Blue Eyes. And this is a massive board he's creating. 4,000 life points is half your life points, but for a deck like Blue Eyes, it doesn't matter when you can get 4 monsters. I think he's going to probably crack one of those scales with Spirit Dragon's effect. The question is, which scale does he want to crack here? Or he may want to... Yeah, I'd crack a scale. I wouldn't even worry about the field spell, to be honest. Alright, so he's going to banish Corinne. Now he's going to Synchro Summon. He might actually go Spirit Dragon and then tag into Michael. Yeah, is he going to make double Spirit Dragon? Double Spirit Dragon would stop Pendulum Summons. But I might even consider going into Michael and cracking the other scale with Michael. That would seem like a really good play. Alright, then he goes for another Spirit Dragon again, and those scales are gone. Okay, man, Spirit Dragon is just, it's doing so much work here. I think I would consider tagging in the Michael, and I would think that Michael could come out and Michael could get rid of the field spell, and then I think Majespecters would just have nothing left, like, because he still has Phoenix from Wind Blast, although he might just feel comfortable now. All right, so he's activating White Stone's effect. Does he have another? All right, there's a Blue Eyes. Okay, I thought he had another copy of a Spirit Dragon. I'm like, dude, Spirit Dragon is just wrecking this guy's board. All right, so Blue Eyes is able to fully counter that thanks to the power of Soul Charge. It mirrors every single time. Blue Eyes is making a huge... It's always Soul Charge, man. Soul Charge is so good. Blue Eyes is going to be the deck that makes it so Soul Charge will never go higher than, like, higher than 1. It won't get banned because you still can't use your battle phase or anything. If you could use your battle phase, Soul Charge would have already been banned. All right, so he's tagging out. And he goes into... Okay, so he tags out and he brings out Azure Eyes to get a little bit of protection. I guess it is redundant to have 2 copies of Spirit Dragon. For a second, I thought he wanted to Exceed. I was like, I don't really know what Exceeding does for you here. Yeah, I'm not sure that there's an Exceed that really helps him, to be honest. He got a copy of Eccentric Archfiend. I don't... If he plays Eccentric Archfiend, he's getting... His field spell is going to get spun. That's a fact. He has Bambaku and he has Eccentric Archfiend. Honestly, if he plays Eccentric Archfiend... Well, let's see what he does here. This is going to be a very difficult field to recover from. I think it may be a little premature to use Spirit Dragon into Azure Eyes, but I think it really doesn't matter, honestly. I do think it was a little premature. I don't think he really needed it. I mean, there's no Regeki, so you don't really have to worry about that. Even if he had Dark Hole, it's not like he couldn't just chain it anyways. Soichiro is in a very bad position. I say that just because with Majespecters, it's when your opponent mounts you with a bunch of big monsters, it's very, very difficult to kill them because you have to use your traps as removal. Mainly, you have to use Tornado as removal. And if you don't have Tornado, then you're just kind of... Even if you search it, it just takes a long time. You have to search it, set it, and then wait until your opponent's turn. And, like, Tempest doesn't do anything. Like, when your opponent has 3 monsters on the board that are, like, 25 or bigger, like, Tornado doesn't do anything at that point. So I think he could be Xing here. Let's turn it up right quick.
While it does exist, it is not particularly useful in this case.
Nope, he is not Xing. I think he may have actually... Oh, he summoned Majespecter Raccoon. Okay. And he got Majespector Cat out. I still not really certain that that's going to help him. Because again, he still has Phoenix with 1 Blast, which is just really strong. It's strong against Majespecters because it can get rid of scales. You know what I mean? If he could somehow get Karen out, maybe he'd be in business, but I don't think he's going to be able to do that. He has Cat and he's got Majespector Cyclone. They're showing Storm. Just showing a whole bunch of Majespector spells and traps. Tempest, we already know about that. They'll probably show Tornado next. Alright, I'm going to have to turn the volume up. Idiot cameraman doesn't know how to stay. They don't know how to stay on the... There we go. I'm like, dude, you guys don't know how to stay on an angle that actually shows the game. You like want to show the back of the player's necks and stupid shit like that. Alright, so he does search a copy of Sonic's. Sonic. I'm not sure that does much either. Sonic's does... It's okay, but... Yeah, he got that from Toad, which I believe he got Toad on the field by tributing with Pegasus, but I just don't know what any of this does. Like, those blue eyes are just huge, man. And even if you kill Spirit Dragon, so like he'll just get another blue eyes back from Azure Dragon anyway. So like that, what does that do? That doesn't do anything. All that does is that costs you a card. Okay. How did he put that in attack mode if it was summoned in defense? Pretty sure it wasn't already in defense mode. Alright, so he's going to swing. And I guess he's threatening the Spirit Dragon. Maybe he might want to... What's it called? Actually, I think... Okay, so I think the Toad is 1600 attack because of the 300 that it gets from Pegasus. Which means he could double that to... He could double it to 3200. So it could kill the Spirit Dragon. I don't think Shunsuke has a way of stopping this. But I also don't think it's the worst thing ever that could happen to him. If he just loses his Spirit Dragon, I don't think that's that bad. Because he'll get a Blue Eyes to replace Spirit Dragon anyways. Like, I think I'd be fine with that result. Spirit Dragon does stop pendulums, but you have Phoenix with 1 Blast to stop pendulums as well anyways. So I think you're good with that. And then I think you basically just, during your next turn, you just clear his entire board. Alright, so he's going to allow that to go. Goodbye, Spirit Dragon. He shouldn't have any more attacks. He's going to exceed now into a rank 4. And that 4 will be what now? Maybe he's going to try and exceed into like Lightning Chidori. Get rid of the back row so that he can pendulum. What is Cat's scale? Is Cat a 5 or a 2? If Cat's a 5, that's really bad. Goes for Lightning Chidori in defense mode. Wait, this could actually help him. This could actually be big. Because if he can pendulum summon after this, then that would be pretty big. Although he can only pendulum summon 3 cards because he just doesn't have enough zones. Alright, he's gonna force out the could he force out the Phoenix with 1 Blast? I would assume he would chain Phoenix with 1 Blast and he would spin the Pegasus on top of his deck. Although technically if he pendulum summons, he'd be able to shuffle. Ah, he has the Effect Veiler. Very, very clutch. Okay, Effect Veiler was clutchy. I'd have Veilered. I wouldn't want to use my Phoenix with 1 Blast. I just want to stop pendulums with it. You just assume he wants to play. You just assume he wants to play pendulums, or he wants to pendulum summon, because his field doesn't do anything. All right. I believe he's throwing down Archfiend Eccentric, and it gets spun right back to his deck. And now he has to wait a turn to pendulum summon. He's used all of his resources. Yeah, Cat must be a 2. Alright. Was that a Vanities he just drew? If that was a Vanities, this game's over. Alright, get to Blue Eyes for free. And looks like he might be trying to get... Okay, adds Blue Eyes to his hand. Alright. Puts everything in attack mode. Now he's going into battle. If he drew Vanities, I can't tell if that's a Vanities or not. Alright, I think that's actually game. Yeah, that's actually game. What was that card in hand? It was a Vanities. Okay, it was game anyways. Even if, for some reason, even if he didn't... Well, actually, no, he had a Centric Archfiend, so I guess he could technically pop the Vanities. But then he wouldn't be able to pendulum summon, so that wouldn't work anyways. Alright, so game 1 goes to Blue Eyes. I was like, if he has Vanities, that's definitely game. He could play the Eccentric Archfiend and pop the Vanities, but then he can't pendulum summon. He has no cards. So he would have to like top deck Raccoon. No, excuse me. He's top decking Eccentric. So yeah, there would be like no way he could win anyways. Alright, so Blue Eyes takes game 1, just pure battle damage. And I think we see Cycle Reader is already coming in. A lot of people playing Cycle Reader. It's like a double DD Crow on crack, basically. Let's skip a little ahead. Okay, see if we can get this shuffling out of here. Oh, hold on. Are they going to another duel? What the heck? Please tell me they're not skipping the duel.
So it keeps universe out. Takes out.
Okay, for a second I thought they were skipping the duel, and I thought they were going to Dragon Duels. I'm like, what are you doing? How are you going to skip a duel in the middle of, like, you're going to jump to Dragon Duel finals in the middle of, like, the semifinals? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Alright. Yeah, I don't really know what Blue Eyes sides for. Well, no, that's dumb. We saw this matchup. Blue Eyes can side Anti-Spell Fragrance. It doesn't matter how many spells Blue Eyes uses. If you can stop Pendulum Summoning, you do it. You know what I mean? And there are the Dragon Duelists. I think, is that, what flag is that? Is that Australia? I think that could be. I think that could be the Australian flag. Taiman or Timan, that could be a European name. I'm not sure what country that is. Looks like the venue is pretty nice in Orlando. Yeah, looks like, I wish they kind of maybe did like a little tour of the venue. So both players are just shuffling up. I'm content just talking. So I do think it seems like this match, it seems like it should be in the favor of Majespecters, but it just seems like they're getting overwhelmed by Blue Eyes. Like Blue Eyes is making this huge board off of Soul Charge, and they're just getting overwhelmed and they're not coming back. And White Spirit Dragon seems to be the card that's doing all the damage, because if Majespecters can't protect their scales, then they can't do anything. Like you saw his second turn when he wasn't able to pendulum summon. His field looked way less impressive than it did. Turn 1, he was able to take 5 cards, turned it into like 10 cards. Turn 2, he got his scales cracked and he wasn't able to pendulum summon, and he just wasn't able to do much. I think that Majespecters will go first again. I think you pretty much have to go first with Majespecters, because if you face down an Anti-Spell Fragrance, you could just like lose to that card like easy. We saw that. I mean, we already saw that in this tournament. Like Blue Eyes opened up and he had like Anti-Spell Fragrance, and like Majespecters were just like, oh fuck, we can't do anything. We can't pendulum summon. We can't play Yu-Gi-Oh. All right, so is that going to be a cat that's summoned? He has Pegasus, which is really good. All right, cat summoned. He'll search during the end phase. He has a Solemn Warning and a Tempest. So basically a Strike and a Warning. I'm saying Strike because Tempest and Strike are basically the same card. Just one requires a spellcaster, a wind spellcaster to be attributed. Alright, so this will get him, his Pegasus will get him to his Raccoon. I assume Raccoon, right? Alright, there's Ricky Raccoon. Put that in defense mode, and he gets Yata. I don't think, why do I feel like he can't pendulum summon? Yeah, I really feel like he can't. No, I think he can, because he has a cat in his hand. I think he's going to play both. Yeah, he plays the cat, gets the cat in defense mode, and I hate cat, to be honest. It has crappy attack. It is not that good. Is he going to go for, are those 3s? I think he might go for Totem Bird, maybe, and then search another Raccoon during his end phase. And there's Totem Bird. Here's the problem. His Tempest is like totally not live now. His Tempest is like not live. He has a Solemn, and I don't think this field is like super strong. He doesn't even set Tempest. He just sets the, what's it called? EXE is probably going to search a Raccoon. This is like a turn that's like, it's dependent on getting through. Or this is just like a turn that sets up for next turn. Like you have to get through this turn. So he has a Solemn Warning, and he has a Totem Bird. Yeah, I don't think this field's that great, to be honest. Because Solemn Warning is good against Blue Eyes. It's not like super good. And you could easily get baited in by like a trade-in for Blue Eyes to negate and then get like blown out or something like that. So yeah, I don't really, if his field gets cracked, he's going to lose. Like it's 100%. Like if he has like a card of consonants, because I think I saw White Stone in his hand and Melody of the Awakening Dragon, like he could get hurt really bad here. He has Mask of Restrict. Oh, man. I did not think about that being played. That is huge. He has Melody of the Awakening Dragon, which he pitches. He pitches the White Stone. So even if he negates, he's still getting a Blue Eyes for free. Mask of Restrict is really big here. And he got the Alternative Dragon, which is already an out the Totem Bird. So he's going to have to waste his Solemn on it. That's just a fact. Yeah, he gets 2 copies of Blue Eyes because of the White Stone. I don't really like this opening here because I think he's going to have to wait. He's going to have to use Solemn Warning extremely early. Otherwise, Totem Bird is just going to die for nothing. And as good as those Pendulum Summons are, if you can't Tribute, man, you're basically playing a Corinne deck. And a much weaker Corinne deck than all the other decks. Because the other Pendulum decks like, like Performapal versions, like Performapal Magicians. Alright, there's this Solemn on the Alternative Dragon. We already predicted that. Like, if you can't Tribute, you can't use your spells and traps in pure Majespecters, your Exceed game is very average at best. It's not that good. Other decks like Magicians and stuff, they can Fusion Summon and they can Synchro Summon. Your deck doesn't do. Even if you run 1 copy of Luster, it's really not like that consistent. Because that's like the only tuner that you run. Alright, so he sets a copy of Mask of Restrict. He got through the turn. Mainly because Shunsuke's hand is like not that good. He has double White Dragon, double Alternative. What he really needed was like a Twin Twister. Just get rid of the scales. Alright. He might take a lot of battle damage here. Well, no, I guess if he had Twin Twister, he would have got negated, right? Right. It's my fault. Okay, and he'll get... Probably want to get Frog or Fox. Yeah, I think you're getting Fox. You're not gonna get Corinne because you've already used your normal summon. So I think at this point you're getting either Fox or Toad. And keep in mind he does have maybe he might lose here. Yeah, actually, to be honest, he might get OTK'd. I don't know if he has the damage. He got Fox because you have to keep in mind he still has Majesty's Pack. Oh wait, does Majesty's Pegasus say Tribute? I feel like it says Tribute, which means I think he should flip. He might want to flip over Mask of Restrict now so that he can't Tribute for Pegasus because you don't want to get OTK'd. He got Majespector Tempest, which obviously Mask of Restrict stops in general. Yeah, I might want to flip over. I might want to flip over the Mask of Restrict now so that he can't use Tempest. I don't know if Tempest says Send or if it says Tribute. Alright, there's a big Pendulum Summon. Although, you know what? Maybe he doesn't want to get Castelled. That's a possibility. He's thinking, alright, this guy might try and do like a Castell play, so maybe I don't want to flip over Majesty's, He gets Tornado. Alright, I don't quite think he'll have the damage to kill him, maybe. Yeah, because if he has 2 level 4s, which he doesn't have 2 level 4s now, but, you know, you never know. He might not want to get like cast out or anything. Let's see if he's able to... Let's see how much damage he can do. He paid 2,000 life points for the Solemn, so he's not at full health. Shunsuke is. And the winner of this is going to the finals, so... Alright, we got a power shuffle. I wonder, though, if he would really go balls to the wall against that face-down card. You know, there was one of my tournaments where a Blue Eyes player who won the tournament, he did play Drowning Mirror Force in his side deck, and it was a blowout card against everybody he resolved it against. It was fields like this where somebody, it's Blue Eyes, he don't play no traps. You attack into it, and then wow, all your Majespecters are just gone back into your deck, and you just lose everything. And you can't recover at that point. And then all your little traps are just useless because you don't have any monsters to use them with. You've normaled, you've pendulumed, your traps are useless now because you can't use it. You can't pay tribute. Can't pay the cost to activate them. So that is a little caution. I think Soichiro might just, or Soichiro, I think he just might take the damage and just say I got away with one. Yeah, I think he's just going to take the damage and then set his defensive cards and say, I don't think you can get through my wall this time. You know, I've got this wall. You broke through it last time, but I don't think with a walking card that is basically a spell negator, and then with a Tempest, which is a Solemn Strike, and then with a Tornado, I don't think you're getting through all my defenses, and then next turn I will kill you. because he's not going to kill him now. And Blue Eyes don't really need life points other than Soul Charge. That's pretty much it. Now he does have, I think, 900 more damage because of, what's it called? 900 more damage because of the what's it called? The Pegasus play. Oh my goodness. Majesty's Pegasus. Gets a copy of Cat. Could Cat search for Corinne maybe? And maybe not. What is he doing with those 2 cards? Is he going to exceed? I feel like he's going to go for Lightning Chidori maybe? What's he doing with the? He has 2 cards and I don't know what he's doing. If he goes for Chidori, that would be so bad because that Mask of Restrict is going to be immediately chained. Well, no, I guess no, he could use the effect. Actually, that'd be pretty good here. No, wait, those are level 3s, so he can't go for Chidori. But he could go for the Super Quantum, the blue guy, the blue layer, which would actually be just as good. Actually, if he brings that out, he's gonna win. What is that? Is that another copy of Totem? I think that's another copy of Totem Bird. Oh no! He brought out 2 Totem Birds. You should have brought out Blue Layer. This Mask of Restrict is going to just wreck you, my friend. I think he set 1 card and I think he's going to end his turn now. Yeah, he's... No, wait, he can't be ending his turn. Because he has, like, Tempest and Tornado, but he only set 1 card. Why wouldn't he set them both? Unless he... Huh, he left Tornado in his hand? Oh, well, I guess he realizes only Tempest is live. So what? Just set them both anyways. What's the harm? Why leave it in your hand? If Shunsuke chains Mask of Restrict, Soichiro's going to have a bad time here. He got a card of Continence. I don't know why he has not activated Mask of Restrict. Yeah, because it seems like you definitely need to use that to keep your monsters, to keep them from, you know, using Tornado or Tempest on you. Alright, so he reveals. And goodbye to... Wait, what? Oh, I don't okay, I don't understand what just happened. What?
Yeah, I mean the double totem bird. That caused some problems. Really caused a lot of problems.
Okay, I'm at a loss for words. I don't understand what happened at all. Mask of Restrict stops tributing. You can't use Tempest when Mask of Restrict's up. Why didn't he just flip it over? I'm lost. I don't understand what happened there. Yeah, it must be something that I just didn't see because I'm completely lost. All right, so we're going into game 3. Hold on, maybe they're gonna talk about it.
I would have drawn this. Yeah, no, you wouldn't have drawn this.
Okay, I'm just gonna need somebody to explain that to me. My understanding is that Mask of Restrict, no cards can be tributed under any situations, and that the Majespector, Tornado, and Tempest both require tributes. So I don't understand why he didn't simply flip over the Mask of Restrict and then summon Alternative Dragon, and he wouldn't have been able to use Tempest at all. And he could have attacked over the Totem Bird or blew it up or whatever, and he would have been okay. Okay, yeah, I'm really not understanding what just happened there. Like, I thought he was just waiting and waiting. Like, all right, okay. I think Mask of Restrict is solid against... I think it's a really solid card against Majespecters, but why didn't he use it? Like, I think he had double Totem Bird on the field, which means that he could have obviously just flipped over Mask of Restrict. Unless Totem Bird negates a spell and trap. If it negates a spell and trap, then okay, I get that. But I thought Totem Bird only negated spells. If it negates spells and traps, then I'm just wrong. Yeah, you know what? It must negate spells and traps. That's the only thing I can think of, is that Totem Bird negates a spell or a trap. Okay, maybe that was it. That would definitely be my mistake. He must not have been able to activate Mask of Restrict because he knew that Totem Bird would simply negate it. Okay. And then outside of that, his hand was dead. Okay, I guess, yeah, it must negate spells and traps. I could obviously look the card up, but then I would stop the recording and that would just be pretty trashy. Okay, so what are they doing here? Talking to the translator. And... yeah, I gotta look up Totem Bird after this match. It must 100% negate one spell and trap. I know what it does, or I vaguely know what it does. I know it can negate spells, but it must negate a spell or a trap. Because I'm like, why wouldn't he just flip over Mask of Restrict? That should be the whole win condition. But yeah, it must just be able to negate Mask of Restrict as well. Now, I think Blue Eyes should probably go first because he's probably sick of, he's probably legit sick of seeing these huge Majespector boards and then having to recover or having to essentially try to break them. Like instead of just making your big board first, you know what I mean? Like it must get annoying to always go second against Majespecters and know that they always get their little searches and all that good stuff, and they have infinite amount of good traps. They've got basically 6 copies of Solemn Strike, and it's just really strong. Most of the pure versions, like you're seeing here, are playing 3 Tornado, 4 Solemns between Warning and Solemn Strike, and sometimes they might play a Bottomless as well. That's another power card that can be played. Although Bottomless is not really that good against, it's okay against Blue Eyes, not like super good. All right, so I see a Card of Consonance, I see Sage, I see a Majespector Cat, and I gotta figure out who's going first here. If it's gonna be Shunsuke or Soichiro. I think Shunsuke is probably gonna go first. He's probably sick of going. Like I said, he's sick of going second. Opens up with Sage, activates the effect. He'll probably just add Stone so he can just use Card of Consonance on it. All right, so he gets some card. He gets a Stone. He'll probably trade that in for more cards. No point of even he's shuffling, but well, I guess he's gonna draw. You might as well power shuffle. You see that he has the Card of Consonance right there in his hand, so he's gonna use it. Sage is just such a good card. I wonder if this event could make Blue Eyes go up in price. If Blue Eyes does ultimately win the event, I wonder if we could see a potential price spike in the secondary market for Blue Eyes. All right. There's the Card of Consonant. Draw 2. Gets a Dragon Shrine and a Twin Twister. Okay. He has a Return and a Melody. You might want to use the Melody here so you can bring out your alternative dragon and potentially go for Spirit Dragon turn 1. Solid play. I would get rid of Dragon Shrine. I don't think you need it. Oh, no, he does not. He gets rid of Return. Get that protection for Blue Eyes and alternative White Dragon. Okay. Keeps Dragon Shrine. Yeah, I thought maybe he'd want to get rid of Dragon Shrine, but nope, does not. I think he might go ahead and special summon, and then time for that synchro summon. That 8+1 equals 9 action. All right, so there's the revealing of Blue Eyes. Special summon of alternative. All right, 8+1 is 9. Spirit Dragon in defense mode, and I think you just maybe set the Twin Twister. No, he has trade in. All right, he's trading it in. Okay, didn't see the trade in. All right, draw 1, got a Stone and another Blue Eyes. Okay. I think he might get a Blue Eyes from his deck. Yeah, I think he might get a Blue Eyes from his deck. Sets Twin Twister. I don't think Dragon Shrine is that good right here. Yeah, might just want to pull out a Blue Eyes from his deck here. He's pretty much relying on Twin Twister and relying on the anti pendulum summon effect of his Blue Eye Spirit Dragon. So we'll see what that does, if that's enough. He has 2 really big monsters in defense mode, just defensive walls. Man, when they designed Spirit Dragon, that is an impressive card, I tell you what. So Majespecters now have to go second, and they now have to do it with a monster that is anti-pendulum, and he has to do it with a Twin Twister. Now, Archvenus Centric would be the perfect card to potentially out that. He has Sky Iris, which is good. It's kind of like a copy of it's somewhat similar to Pegasus. It allows you to take your Majespecters on field and get other cards for them and then pendulum them back. But it has to be an Odd Eyes card, so I don't know about that. Like, we really haven't seen him play any Odd Eyes the entire duel. You know, like we haven't seen an Odd Eyes Unicorn or an Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon, so I'm kind of wondering about that. And Odd Eyes is, I think, Pendulum Scale 4, so it's not even a good scale for Majespecters. You really want 5s and 2s. A Pendulum Scale 4 is terrible. It's literally like the worst thing that you can have, because your monsters are all level 3 and 4. So yes, it's like the worst skill you could possibly have. But he plays Sky Iris. I don't think I would care about that, honestly. Then he plays Corinne. I think I would let him pop. I wouldn't Twin Twister that. I'd say that's fine. You can do that. Because I don't really fear Sky Iris, to be honest. He has Majespecters Storm. He has Cat, Toad, Unicorn, which is already on the field, and Tornado. Yeah, I think I'd just let him do this. No, he's not gonna let him do it. And he says goodbye to Corinne and goodbye to Sky Iris. Okay. Now, here's the thing about it is he can set his scales, but if he does, he will not have he won't be able to pendulum Corinne. It's one of the biggest problems with Majespecters. Honestly, I think I actually may have effed up there. I think that was the right play. Because if you, well, I don't, obviously, Shunsuke doesn't know his hand. But if you look at Soichiro's hand, his hand is trash. That hand is god-awful. Because he can't pin, like, Corinne's not coming back. Majespecters have scales of, like, 5. I think Toad is a 5. And Cat, what scale are you, Cat? Are you a 2 or a 5? Because he could have 2 5s. If he has 2 5s, this is just terrible. Like, he might lose next turn. Alright, I know Toad is a 5. He might be setting up for... He already has Tornado, so he's not going to search that. Maybe he'll search... You don't generally get Tornado and Tempest at the same time with only one monster. That doesn't make a lot of sense. So he might be getting Sonics. Yeah, he might be getting Sonics. Let's see what he searches. I feel like Cat might be a 5. I think that... No. I think Cat's a 2. I think Cat's a 2, and I think Yada's a 5. So he gets a copy of Tornado, but he already had Tornado in his hand, so it's kind of interesting. Alright. So Blue Eye Spirit Dragon is not even needed for its anti-pendulum effect because Soichiro doesn't actually attempt to pendulum summon. And this is pretty big because he could obviously tag out that... No! Oh my goodness, this is huge! If he brings out a White Spirit Dragon, that Tornado is getting blown up. Oh no! This is really bad. Because he can't commit cards to the back row because he can't... He could potentially... This might be why he's getting why he's getting a Tornado. Yeah, it might be why he's getting Tornado. He sets everything. And he does not forget. Yeah, this could be big. Because if he brings out Spirit Dragon, he's going to banish one of those cards. They can't be chained. They were just set. Now he has double Tornado, but I don't think that matters. And what does he hit? He ends up banishing... I think that was Storm. Yeah, I think he banished Storm. Okay. So Storm wasn't going to really do that much here. And yeah, this could be really bad. Especially if Shunsuke decides to pull the trigger and he decides to go for a Azure Eyes, because then he'd get another Blue Eyes back and he could just take control of the duel. I don't think he could kill him though. Yeah, he might not be able to kill him that turn, but he would just... I mean, he would leave Soichiro with like... He would leave him with, I don't know, like 1,000 life points or something like really low like that. Not to mention he'd have the ability to go in like Titanic Galaxy. I mean, I guess Soichiro could like banish a monster on board, but like, I don't know. That doesn't really do much. So he has Blue Eyes in his hand, and he has Dragon Shrine. Actually, can he get Alternative back to his hand? He might actually win this turn, to be honest. Yeah, he might actually just win. It depends on if before standby phase he goes for the Azure Eyes, which I think I would risk it. I think I would just go YOLO. He has not drawn yet. Let's see what he's going to do here. All right, he's thinking. He's looking at his fields. He's probably wondering. I mean, he knows that one of the cards is Tornado. You know that because he set the Tornado off the Toad. All right, goes for Blue Eyes, the tribute, or the effect of what's it called? He activates the effect of Spirit Dragon, and then he does go into the Azure Eyes. I think this is the right play because he gets a dragon back, and is this a scoop phase? No. Instead of going for the vanilla Blue Eyes, he goes for Spirit Dragon, which can just banish something. And there goes the Tornado, and yeah, man. So I think this could be it because he still has was adding a Blue Eyes to his hand, and then he has Alternative Dragon. Yeah, that's enough damage to win. He's putting everything in attack mode, and that's GG. Yeah, and unless he would have had like a battle trap, just too much control with White Spirit with White Spirit Dragon, just being able to banish that back row, and not to mention that the Majespecter player he opened up really poorly. That Twin Twister was it was critical because he couldn't pendulum summon. He just didn't have anything good. See, that's always the problem with Corinne in Majespecters is that you can't pendulum summon it without having like a really high scale. Your skills are not built for you to pendulum summon that monster. So hope you guys enjoyed. I should be back with the finals and the Yugi versus Kaiba match.